Russia has such secret natural powers through which it can become a superpower once again. On one hand, a large part of Russia is currently covered with snow, and on the other side, NATO allies have tightly surrounded it. Which has the world's largest military power after America, what is stopping Russia from becoming a superpower? The superpower whose title is currently with America, it's going to come back to Russia. But the question is how? What changes are going to come in the geographical location of Russia that will make it a superpower once again? Viewers, we all know that Russia is the largest country in the world by area. You can estimate it when it is time for sunrise in the west of Russia. At the same time, it's dinner time in the east of Russia. Spread over an area of 17.1 million square kilometers, Russia is so big that 204 United Arab Emirates, or 5 India, or 8 Saudi Arabia, or 19 Pakistan-like countries can be fitted inside it. Russia is not only large in area, but also has the world's largest underground oil and gas reserves. Russia is first in the natural gas reserve, while it is 8th in the oil reserve. According to a survey of 2021, there are many countries in Europe which are completely dependent on Russian gas. If the average is calculated, then 40% of the gas in the whole of Europe comes from Russia. That means if Russia stops giving gas to Europe, then it can have a very bad impact on the economy of the entire Europe. Apart from being the biggest and the richest land of natural resources, Russia is also a big exporter of wheat. The largest share of wheat products in the whole world comes from Russia, i.e., about 18%. Along with all these advantages, there is also a big issue of geography with Russia, which is constantly stopping Russia from becoming the strongest country. And that is, most of Russia's land is lying completely useless due to the extremely cold weather. This part comes under Siberia, where the average temperature for the whole year is only 0.5 centigrade. The coldest city in the world is also situated in this part of Russia, where temperature reaches 71 centigrade in the winter, and we know this city by the name of Oymyakon. Because a large part of Russia suffers from extreme weather conditions, that is why the population of Russia is very less in terms of area. And second, 75% of the total population of Russia lives within this 20% part of Russia. This is an issue that Russia has been trying to overcome for centuries, but still it remained unsuccessful. Not only by area, but Russia's coastline is also much bigger than America's coastline. The coastline of Russia extends over 37,150 kilometers, but even here Russia is a victim to many issues. Actually, it is the Arctic Ocean which remains icy for most of the year. That is, despite having such a huge coastline, it is of no use to Russia. Now, obviously, countries having more access to the sea, able to trade with more countries. More trades mean more powerful it can become. Because after all, the ocean is the only means through which products can be transported all over the world at extremely low prices. Because of the ice, it is not only difficult for the cargo ships to move, but it can also prove to be very dangerous. Despite having such a large coastline, Russia trades with other countries with great difficulty. At the moment, the entire country's trade is done through these 3 ports. One of these is known as Vladivostok port in this east of Russia, where water remains ice for several months. But when trading starts from here in the summer season, ships of Russia have to pass through the ocean controlled by Japan. And Japan is a very strong allied partner of America and NATO. NATO is one such union of countries which was created only to tackle Russia. That is, if Russia tries to attack any NATO country, then all other NATO countries will support it. St. Petersburg port also faces the same situation. The place remains icy for several months, and during the season, cargo ships have to pass through all those countries which are members or allied partners of NATO and America. Third is the Novorossiysk port, which is present on the Black Sea, located in the south of Russia. Ice is not a big issue, but the cargo ships have to pass through the narrow corridor near Turkey. So even here also, Russia does not have the freedom to trade freely. Of course, the relations between Russia and Turkey have become much better now, but Turkey is, however, a member of NATO. That is, even here also Russia is in a precarious situation. Despite having such a large coastline, Russia has to first wait for the right weather to start trade through these ports, and then have to pass through with the permission of its enemy NATO's countries. But despite that, Russia is standing at 11th in GDP ranking. GDP means gross domestic product. In simple, the combined income of all the people present in any country is called GDP. From the GDP ranking, a country's success is estimated, but this is not an accurate way to know the power of any country. If we talk about military power apart from GDP, then the Russian military has the largest number of nuclear warheads in the world, more than America. After America, the Russian military is considered to be the second most powerful army in the world. Here also, it's because of the cold weather that Russia is not number one. It is the cold weather, due to which no one has been able to capture Russia to date. Napoleon tried to capture Russia with more than 6 lakh military troops. But due to this cold weather, his army had to kneel down. 1 lakh soldiers out of 6 lakh only managed to return alive. In World War II, Hitler attacked Russia with 38 lakh soldiers, but it remained a far-fetched dream. More than 1 million German soldiers were killed, and the rest of the survivors were taken prisoner by the Russian army. Hitler was so shocked by this defeat that he committed suicide. By now, you must have also noted that it is the cold weather that is stopping Russia from progress. That is, if this cold weather of Russia is removed, then it can grow stronger by using the sea in the north for trading. Apart from this, many areas of Russia are full of precious minerals like gold, uranium, and diamond. But due to the cold weather, it is not possible to do their mining. In the absence of this cold weather, then by mining all these minerals and metals, Russia can reach great heights of success. Also, the biggest requirement of human beings is wheat. As you have already known, Russia is the biggest exporter of wheat. If Russia can become the world's largest wheat exporter by using only 20% of their land, then imagine what not it can export with 100% land usage. And if this happens, then it can leave America far behind in the GDP ranking. Surprisingly, there is a way through which Russia can get rid of this cold weather, and that is global warming. Due to global warming, it is possible that Russia may once again become a superpower in the coming years. See this heat map for reference, and these are the countries where the average temperature is up to 11 to 15 centigrade. And this temperature is considered to be the best temperature of human productivity. Places where the average temperature is less than 11 centigrade or more than 15, human productivity will start decreasing. For the time being, this range of temperature falls on America, Europe, Japan, China, and South Korea. And surprisingly, all these countries are listed as successful countries. But experts believe that due to the melting of ice every year due to global warming, by 2280 this temperature range will move further north. And then it will be the time for Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, and above all, Russia, to shine. According to the analysis of NASA, in 1979, the ice of the Arctic Ocean was so much visible, but with the passage of time, this ice melted, and by 2019, only this much ice is left. According to this data, the ice of the Arctic Ocean is decreasing by 13% every year. And if all this continues like this, then by 2035, there will be no ice in the Arctic Ocean. And Russia is going to benefit the most from this. Along with all these things, Russia also has another advantage. The ocean level is increasing day by day because of the melting of ice due to climate change. That is, when the ocean level will increase, first of all, it will engulf the coastal cities. America, whose major cities are built on the coast, may have to face a lot of trouble in the coming years, which also includes evacuating entire cities, and obviously this will cost millions of dollars. In contrast, Russia, which has only 3 cities on the ocean front, and all other major cities are at least 600 kilometers away from the ocean. This thing is also going to benefit Russia in the coming times. The Suez Canal is the sea route of Egypt that connects Asia to Europe. Not only from China, but ships from all over Asia have to use this Suez Canal to go to Europe, for which the vessels also pay huge fees to the government of Egypt. Every year, around 2,000 vessels use this canal, and each vessel pays a toll tax of about $4,000 to the Egyptian government. That is, the Egyptian government gets $8 billion on the transit of 20,000 ships a year. From Shanghai port in China to Rotterdam port in Europe, ships take a distance of 18,000 kilometers and 37 days. But once the ice in the Arctic Ocean melts, the ships will pass through Russia, reducing the journey to 10,500 kilometers and 22 days from Shanghai to Rotterdam. That is, while Chinese companies will save millions of dollars in transportation. At the same time, they will obviously pay a heavy toll fee to Russia to pass through its controlled sea, from agriculture to natural gas and mining of precious minerals. To population growth in Russia, climate change can be a great blessing for Russia in all the sectors. And there is a high chance that after 50 or 60 years, Russia will once again emerge as a world superpower. Making such type of video require hard work of 5 to 7 days. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. What do you think about this video? Share your thoughts in the comments. Please share, subscribe, and press the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when our next video drops. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.